Welcome along to the Fiat Coupe project. 5 years ago, when I got this is what it looked like. Pretty nice. Lovely Rosso red, can't beat it, it's my favourite colour. Now back in the day, I picked this up for £1,600, which is pretty cheap back then for a fairly decent car. Especially when you consider what the LEs are going for now, really mint ones, you're like 25 grand. Anyway, so this one looked nice, I fell in love with it, so I bought it. But after a while, it needed a bit of a tidy up here and there. So I took it off the road, and the rest is history, as they say. Fast forward to the present, and here we are looking at it now. Looking a bit sad and tired and dirty. I bet it'd polish up not too bad though. So my original plan for this was to put a 4 litre V8 Lexus engine in it and make it rear wheel drive. That's all well and good and everything, but these are getting rare now, and I don't know if doing that is just going to be too sacrilegious. Because I mean, I've got a 4 litre V8 project in the Lexus already, so I think we should just stick to originality with this car. And that's a bit of an issue because I have sold quite a lot of the original parts of this car. But I think it's a worthwhile project to go hunting all those bits back again. I did love driving it. It was a quick car, really. It didn't handle too bad. And I think the styling is really coming into its own now these days. And I think this is a correct fact that this is the fastest car Fiat ever made, even to this day. Sometimes you've just got junk and you don't know where to put it. I mean, there's an empty engine bay there. Let's fill it up with stuff. That is an 80 kilo Lexus auto gearbox in there, yeah. And some other junk. And all that also does a good job of making it look like there is an engine in there. Now, to be fair, rust-wise, this hasn't really got any worse in those 5 years. Surprisingly, for 3 of those 5 years, it was in a nice dry garage. And then it was outside for a year on hard standing. And I've only moved it onto the grass about 6 months ago, so it's not been on there too long, and it's not going to stay on there either. Right then, so onto some of the rusty bits. Now these coupes always seem to go in this inner chassis here. For some reason, Fiat in their infinite wisdom decided to put some kind of foam stuff inside the chassis from the A-post. All this green stuff needs washing away. I've got to get round to that soon. I have got another driver's door for this somewhere, with all the handle and everything, and those pillar trims, also got those somewhere. The car was hit in a car park by a nice lady in a Volkswagen. Thanks for that. But down under the pin-in badges, no bubbling or anything like that, it's all good behind there. Incidentally, I put those stick-on ones on because the original ones just let water through, and it's just, that was just a temporary fix that ended up staying on. 17-inch stilo blades, they're all present and correct somewhere in a workshop. Fuel filler cap, that's somewhere. The lights all need cleaning up and repolishing. Other than that though, all looking okay at the back. Again, an empty interior always draws junk and turns it into a mobile shed. You can just see the oil pickup pipe from a spare engine just poking up there. So glad I didn't sell the door mirrors. And these exterior sort of under bonnet sponges, they're getting pretty rare and they just fall to pieces. I taped up all the holes and everything so that try and keep water and animals out. It's not so bad in this side. The bumper was cut out for a big intercooler to go in there. Now this is an interesting shot. This is from January 2016 when I just cleaned it all up. And the same bit of chassis leg 3 years later, taken yesterday. Looks pretty good, it hasn't spread any further, all good. Even with horrible steel wheels, it still looks good from here. I absolutely love the back end of these cars, they look amazing. Not too shabby from the front either, to be honest. I love the LE lips on the front of these, they look great. So let's have a look in the common places where these rust. And they're on the passenger side of that, where the floor meets the inner wheel arch. That is a common place for rusting out there. In fact, pretty much any seam along the boot floor is a prime spot for rusting. So this one's actually pretty good. Till we get to this side. Now this was just starting to show signs of scabbing when I got the car, and it didn't take long to go through. And along the back of the rear panel where the boot floor meets the rear valance there, that is another prime area for going. I have wax oiled all that stuff just to slow it down while it's been waiting. No problems with the boot lid, all looking fine. Just a bit of dirt, that's all, it just wipes off quite easily. Really does need it clean, and that's what it's going to get. In episode 2 we're going to clean the whole thing up, make it look much more presentable. Now this is the area behind that Pininfarina badge on the rear 3/4 from the inside, and you can see where the water has run down over the years and causes problems. Again, this hasn't really changed since I bought the car. One of the first things I did was take out the inner quarter panels and wax oil everything in there. All the sills have all been done previously, so everything inside underneath the sills is all really good. It's just this top area of inside here that's pretty scabby. When I've got this engine out of the way, and I'll clean all the boot floor, clean everything up and get some better shots of what's going on in there. Generally the whole inner floor pan is all pretty good, only just tiny bits of surface rust that are only just sort of starting to come through now. it is a mission and a half to get all that stuff out of there. I'm really not looking forward to stripping another dash out of another car and just to get that back into there. And you can see where I've taped all the openings and holes up to keep any rain and mice or all that sort of thing out of there. This floor inside here is very dry, which I'm really pleased about. Again, there's no bubbling or any rust visible from coming through here, which is always a bad sign that things are worse behind there. Disappointing that the arches are starting to bubble now, so that's all going to need cutting out. And this is the best side. Quite glad I didn't take that roof lining out. So that's about where we are still with this project. It hasn't really moved or turned a wheel for a long time. Been concentrating on the other stuff, but I really want to get on with this. And I think these are really coming into their own now. So I think the next episode we'll be doing a lot of cleaning up and assessing underneath the car. So join us next time when we'll be getting this off the grass and get it up in the air and having a good look underneath. See what's going on, a bit of cleaning, see if we can get everything, back brakes freed off, all that kind of thing. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe now.